Good morning, guys. A little delay in getting set up. Remember, I'm broadcasting on both Instagram and YouTube. If you prefer the horizontal view, then jump over to YouTube. If you have questions or tickers, throw them in the comment box. We'll start here in a minute. We'll start shortly, guys. A lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about, so stay with me. I'll be doing my futures report, my swing report, and my pre-market volume leader. So I'll answer your questions if you put your questions and tickers in the comment box before I go off and join my VIPs who trade with me every day. All right, let's get started. Again, welcome. What's up, Morgan? Why? There we go. All right. Just double checking everything. Okay. I mean, it is Monday. I could have audio problems or video lag or who knows. All right, guys. So happy Monday, the 1st of December already. So Christmas is 24 days away. Are you ready? Data, there's none today, but listen, guys, this is a data-heavy week. It's going to be turbulent. There's going to be a lot of movement in the market. So we'll stay on top of it. Stay with me. Let's get into the S&P 500. ES, open price 68.55, high day 68.65, low day 68.02. Resistance at high day in 68.90, kind of the 6,900 diamond. And then support at low a day in 67.50. We'll have to break 6,800 in the low a day here first. The bias is long above 68.23. So, at the top of the hour here, I don't know that it's compressed. Can you guys see that? Actually, it's short. It is short so it's pulled it through. So we are short bias. Hunting shorts. The daily's long, but the hourly bias intraday trades are short. So we're looking for shorts, guys. Our next short signal will be right about there, shorting 68.14. I would prefer a VWAP test and failure into that read. And that's why you trade with me in my war room. So, all right. Let's get into mean reversion levels, guys, are 6,800, 7,000 above us, 6,500 below us. Questions or tickers, throw them in that comment box. A lot to talk about. The Russell 2000, open price 25.01, high day 25.06. So it struggled at that 2,500 diamond and sold off. If you sold that diamond, you did well. I mean, you did real well. Paid over 25 points. Lower day is 24.73 resistance, a high day, and then back into the top of the diamond now since we've already pierced into it, which would be up here around 25.10. And then lower day is your support as well as below that 24.45. You can see that price last week. The bias is short below 24.86. So we're looking for shorts. There's one coming in right in here. This is looking good. All right. Then we want to keep an eye on that VWAP. So right now, I like these VWAPs into confirmed reads. Guys, I spent all the long holiday weekend working on my ebook, where I will publish it too. It's 85 pages long already on how to be a successful trader. It'll probably be over 100 pages when I'm done. Probably 100 to 125 pages. All right. Everything you need to know to be a successful trader. My top 3 trade setups. You don't need to go through school a long time like I did and all the stress of taking all those exams. And to be a successful trader, you just need my ebook. All right. Join my VIP. All right. Gold. Let's get into gold, man. So listen real quick on the indices. and I'll talk about it later. 918 oscillators are almost overbought. That means we're going to see we get a little bit of lift today, we're going to see sell off. We're going to see sell off in the markets at a key level, right? So those oscillators don't lie. But gold, guys, let's get into it. Let's doing a VWAP dance here, guys. You guys know it. My traders know what to do with it. All right. For XAU, did I get this right? Let me double check. I don't know that I did. So what you do here, guys, you can see that futures is running at 42.75 and the underlying's at 43. So it's a 23, is that right? 33 cent difference. So you got to subtract 33 from the futures product to know where the underlying is. It's just how you got to do it. Every day, it's different. Intraday, it's different. You got to monitor that. I'd check it every hour. But my open price is 42.59, high day 42.98, right up against that in that $4,300 diamond. Low a day 42.41, high day is your resistance, then 43.15, then 43.50. Support at low a day and 4,200. The bias is long above 41.86. If you watch my weekend video on this, you know where to buy on a discount swing on all these plays. Benefit of being in one of my groups. The daily is long. Mini versions are 4,400 and 39.50. Silver, if you have any questions, guys, throw them in the comment box. Silver for XAU, subtract 50 cents. We're in a contango relationship. We're no longer in backwardation. It means normal relationship where futures prices are higher than spot plot prices. So open price 56.99, high day 58.61, low day 56.83. Support resistance at high day and 53.10, support at low day and then 56. The bias is long above 57.25 right here. We have a new long read coming in off this VWAP. It'll be right there. It's right against 5,800. So anyway, mean reversion levels are 50 and 59. The daily's long. Silver's beta is still ridiculous, guys. All right, let's get to platinum, and then we'll get to my swing trades. I'm going to start answering your questions. Make sure you put them in the box. All right, for the underlying, subtract 13. Open price 16.85. High day 17.36. Low day 16.83. Resistance at high day and 17.99. Support at low day and 16.75. The bias is long above 16.94. And the daily's long. Congratulations to all you guys that followed me last week when I kept screaming, buy this level. You remember me saying that? Yeah. That was a hell of a 7-day swing, guys. Yes, sir. Good job, guys. If you didn't and you want to know those swing trades, join my group. That was a very good swing trade. Okay, so like I said, 918 oscillators are at 52 and 49. So we get over 60, they're overbought. We can lift a little bit, but they get up overbought, and then we rise up to key levels. Let's say like the S&P 500 around 6,900. We get oversold levels. I mean, that's a great mean reversion short, what we call a B setup. VIX is at 18, so we're in slowed buying, but it is buying. Above 20, we're selling. All right, quickly on swings, I'm going to answer your questions. Tesla's currently 424. NVIDIA is currently 174. The NVIDIA news concerns me, guys. It really does. If you're long-term in NVIDIA, start planning your exit, or at least tightening your profit. I'm doing the same. BBAI is 613, just on top of the buy zone. QBTS is 2210, same thing. Ethereum, guys. Bitcoin and Ethereum got their nuts crushed last night. So there's a lot of bad indicators occurring in Bitcoin, and Ethereum follows. So I don't know. Doesn't look good. I don't like it because I own a bunch of Ethereum at like $1,500. I want to see it back at 5,000, but chances of it seeing 2,000 sooner than 5,000 is very high. If you want to learn how to see these, you buy my course with a money back guarantee. But listen, today, last day for my Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal for joining my VIP group. You're never going to get a better price than this. Never. Right? Go check it out. click the link in my story, and you can join my VIP. You even get a 7-day trial on that with a discount. Now's not just the time to sit on your hands, guys. Let's look at your questions, and then I'll get into my pre-market volume leader we'll talk about. All right. Let's see here. You guys have all been very easy over the last week in not coming with questions and tickers. So, yeah, we got a surprise today, Morgan, in my war room. For all my traders, we are launching our surprise. But listen, guys, if you watch my weekend video, right, I talked about volume. And if you didn't get a chance to watch my video, that's fine, right? If you're just here on a free vibe and everything, let me explain something. Last week, we saw a lot of prices run up, but volume drop. That is what's known as divergence. And divergence signals reversal. The problem is, okay, because price and volume are your two leading indicators. The problem is that Thanksgiving week is always a low volume week. So we don't know if that's a true read on the divergence in price and volume. So as I said, we need two more days. Like Monday, Tuesday will give us more when we have normal trading volume in. As it sits, and without knowing that it was Thanksgiving week, we have divergence between price and volume and a lot of this stuff. However, as I said in my video and told my traders, we need to see how it shakes out today and tomorrow to really call it true divergence. If you don't know how to read price and volume, you're going to never, ever be able to trade the stock market successfully, right? All right, let's get into my pre-market volume leader. You can click the link in my bio and join my free Discord if you'd like. Always tag and ask me questions in there. I answer for the free group, right? All right, let's get into it, and then I'm going to bounce and go hang out with my team. So right here it is. QTTB. Can you see the ticker there? That's a Q. You Instagram folks can't see it, but that is a Q, as in Queen. TTB, so Queen Tom Boy, is a pre-market volume leader with a move up of 103% on news of selling off one of their their drugs in their pipeline. Also on positive, all part of their earnings report. This all came out, right? But pre-market low is the bottom of my fib at 206. My pre-market high is 503. That's a $3 climb, guys. So from $2 and then jumped over 150%. And then I was pulled back to 100%. You can see it's dancing around the VWAP. My area of interest is this magical green box, which is $3.50 to $3.90. And I'm looking for 10% in this trade. If I can get my read, I'll run it to that VWAP and hit my 10%. I want to show you something. One of the benefits of joining my VIP, guys, is not only do we trade, but I have everything laid out for you on the charts. Today I'm launching something extremely unique to my group that will increase your win percentage by 20% that I use, right? I want you to see something. So what I do a lot in my war room is we trade together. I make calls. I tell you, I call you off trades. That's very important, but also educate. You see that red line right there? You see that? Anybody know what that is? And why it's important to this trade? Anybody know? I would teach this in the war room, but I like you guys so much for coming to my lives. I'm going to teach you right now. So in biotechs, they split often. These guys burn cash like a drunken sailor on a dock day. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I want you to see something. I've taught this in Las Vegas, guys. So you see how horrific this movement is, right? It's just, so there was a catalyst here back in November of 24, and then a gap down. So probably two negative catalysts. You'd want to go find out what that is if you're a long-term investor in it. But what you want to do is you want to look down here and see if there's any golden S's. Well, looky there. It's a golden S. It means they split their stock because they're dying for cash. So that means all these prices back here before it are invalid. They're invalidated. So the high after the split is that price right there. That is an anchored VWAP to basically the valid all-time high. And then when you fast forward, right, and then you zoom in, what did price pierce? Where's it flirting around? Yep, that all-time high is going to be very critical today. All right, so you have the VWAP and then that all-time high anchored VWAP, all-time high since split VWAP was which tells you where you need to get out of this damn trade if you go long in my green box. Guys, it makes me look like a genius, but you could be a genius too because I teach this in my war room. Teach you guys how to trade these, which is where I'm going to head off to, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Take the Cyber Monday deal. Invest in yourself. Have a good one, guys.